get into some NBA. So, first things first, I want to ask you guys, can you give me your top 5 teams in the West? We'll do
Top
that
five
all
teams in
together,
the
and then
West.
I'll tell you what teams are actually sitting at
Top five teams in the West, eh?
in the Western Conference that you've been paying attention to, that you think are promising.
Well, obviously, I'm gonna start off with the Warriors. Okay, start off with the
Of course, my team's
Warriors.
promising. We got Curry,
I'm
man. Clay on
I'm
his
gonna
way
start
back.
off. Then I'm gonna go with the Suns because they start off very slow, but you look what I mean. For the last couple of games, they're in tune now. They're ready to go. They've been balling. Uh, I'm gonna start off with what's it called? I'm gonna give the Nuggets same thing. They start off slow. Um, they're balling now, and if Murray comes back, and it's only gonna get better. I mean, Joker is doing his thing with that team, even Porter's out. I mean, see, I mean, come on, man. And I'm gonna go with the Jazz, and then I'm gonna go with listen, this one right here, bro. People, you know, I was one of the guys that's always had his back. This one, I'm going the Clippers. Paul George, what Paul George is doing, and no one in the NBA is talking about it. This man is playing out of his mind on defense
Yes,
and offense. You
that's
see
a
what I'm talking
fact.
about, Sly?
For
Listen,
sure. For
he should
sure.
be in the MVP candidate, and he's not. Like he's balling, and
He
I'm talking
is.
about balling on both ends of the ball. Listen, they start off really rough, and he has them to 8-5, and look, they're beating very, very good teams, right? And then I think I'm gonna end it off with what's it called? Dallas Mavericks, man.
That's 6, bro. We only need a 5,
Oh yeah.
fam.
Oh my bad. My bad.
5. So Sly, you
Dark
want to tell me your
horse.
5?
5 in the West. I feel like my list is a lot like not like Da Vinci's, man. I'm that shout out to Paul George is much needed though. Paul George gets a bad rap, man. He's playing out of his mind right now. That's like my brother. I get people tell me I look like him, so I support him just for that. But Paul George is my guy, man. I really like always have liked this game. But
Yeah.
the top team in the West is the Warriors, hands down. Like I don't even think it's a question. I don't like them. I'm gonna be honest. I've never been a fan of the Warriors, man. Like I mean I don't hate them, but I'm just not a fan. But right now they're playing some good ball, man. They playing good ball, and they're fun to watch too. Clay Thompson's supposed to come back next month, which is scary. The kid Jordan Poole, man, where did he come from? The dude can
It's called
play, man.
development. It's what they did with the
Yeah,
first 2 superstars that they had. And that's the
man.
problem with certain teams. But I'll get into that after you're done. Sorry, sir.
That's a word. Yeah, I'm gonna let you elaborate on that, but that's a word right there. That's something the Warriors do that it's just a lost art in the NBA now. But yeah, but second number two, Suns. Probably should have started from 5, worked my way up. But yeah, I think the Suns playing good ball this year too. I mean, it's early in the year, so I mean it's hard to tell, but Warriors and Suns are the 2 teams in the West that I say have stood out. And at number 3, I'm going with the Jazz. I feel like I feel like the Jazz is gonna be in the running for top team in the West. Like they have been the past few years, man. They come to play. So I'll go Utah 3. Number 4, I got the Clippers too, man. The Clippers without Kawhi Leonard playing good ball. Paul George, that's the number 1 option. Them dudes is playing ball, man. I don't think a lot of teams gonna want to see them. Like a lot of teams are not gonna want to see the Clippers, man. That's a tough unit. And at 5, I'm gonna go with those guys out in Los Angeles, man. The other guys out in Los Angeles, the Lakers. Lakers at number 5, man.
The
They've been
Flakers,
they stand above water without Bron, even though they've been playing the worst teams and barely winning or even losing some of those games.
Yeah.
But they stand above water without their best player, and you know what I mean, I gotta throw him. I throw him in the mix.
and Russ, I don't trust. Anyways,
Facts.
um, I'll give you my 5, and then after I'm done explaining, I'll tell you the top 5s. You know what I mean? So definitely, you know me, I'm a Warriors fan, so I'm going with the Warriors first. Suns definitely second. Um, Clippers third. Grizzlies at fourth, and I gotta give my guy Luca much due respect and put that team at fifth. Why you bend up your face? Listen, John Moran and them are going through a little rut right now, but John Moran is playing good ball, bro.
That's a fact.
He has developed. Go ahead, sir.
Listen, he's gonna be playing good ball the entire season, right? Now, does that make his team gonna be playing great ball and they're gonna be winning? No, I don't think so. But him, he's gonna get hits.
Yeah.
Listen. You never know, man. It's an 82 game season. All right. Once they figure out how to gel and they realize that he has stepped this game up, the Memphis Grizzlies might be able to step theirs up too.
Don't have the pieces, man. Don't have the pieces.
Yeah. Nah.
Hey, you never know.
He need a co-star. He need a legit co-star, I think.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Of course. So now I'm gonna get into the whole development speech that I was gonna get into while my man Sly here was talking. It's funny how the Warriors are good at developing players to a certain extent, right? We look at Wiggins. Nobody wanted to touch Wiggins with a 10-foot pole. They got him. He improved his game. Jordan Poole is he's not a rookie now, but he was one of the guys that they drafted. You know, he didn't really do too well when KD was there. KD left. Kind of stepped it up a little bit. And then now he's developed to giving him at least 18 points a game. You know what I mean? That's awesome. That's great. Sad thing is the Lakers should have took that model and kept some of the young talent that they had. Even though Bron came there, Russ is a bad fit. He don't work. He only cares about his numbers, bro. When they lost on the weekend, this guy holding his phone at the press conference. Yeah. What?
Yeah. King.
This guy.
Yeah, you're right. Russ does not show that leadership and attitude. He does not have it. I'm sorry. He does things like that. You don't do things like that. Especially if you're losing or whatever. You don't do things like that. Now on the
losing
development
doesn't affect him anymore, bro. Everybody else but this guy looked extremely upset.
Hey, as long as he's close to a triple double or he has a triple double, he's fine. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, right? He was a bozo.
But the development. Listen, the Warriors are good at it. The San Antonio Spurs are good at it, right? Right?
Facts.
They've been good at it. The Lakers are one of the most horriblest teams. That's my team. That's my team, right? But they've been one of the most
always star driven.
Yeah, they want it. They want it so fast, right? And look at the talent they've had over the years. As soon as those guys left the Lakers, guess what? They become all-star. They make all-star teams.
Yeah. But and like you remember me saying this,
but it's worked for them though.
No, of course. But the thing for me was like, instead of getting Russ, they could have got Lonzo back. Do you know what I mean? And that would have paired because now you have him and Rondo, two players that have IQ. Right now, you see what he's doing over with the Bulls? You see what Lonzo's doing with the Bulls, right?
Yeah.
Can't nobody tell me nothing different about Lonzo. I've been riding with Lonzo before he got into the NBA. And I know he came in with a janky jump shot. But I knew that the man had talent, bro, and he just needed to be put in the best position that was going to help him and his teammates. Not just him and his teammates. He needs to have somebody that believed in him. But anyways.
Well, listen, I just want something to say to that. And certain people might look at me and say, what are you saying? Right? But if you watch the game in details and you know the games in details, then you would understand why I would say this. If the Lakers had Goran Dragic instead of what's his name right now, they'll be winning. They'll be better.
I'm not mad at that.
Exactly, because you understand the games. You understand the technology and the games in detail and context that I'm trying to say. So I don't need to explain anything else to you. Same thing as you, King. You understand why it would be.
Yeah, of course. Listen, to be honest, any point guard other than Russ, they'd be winning right now. And that's just my personal opinion because I believe that Russ is not a team player. Russ is a me player.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's that. That's why KD had to dip on him. You know what I mean? Why he went and played with Harden for 1 year. Harden said, get me out of here. He said, get me out of here. Boom. You know what I'm saying? He played with
Yeah.
Melo and Paul George. Okay? And George dipped on him because he seen that he was trying to dip to go play with Kawhi. And Kawhi said, Mr. Triple Double, I don't need you. I need somebody who's going to play defense, who going to play offense, who wants to win, not just get numbers. But the
Yeah.
standings in the West, Warriors 1, Suns 2, Nuggets 3, Mavericks 4, 5th is the Jazz, 6th is the Clippers, 7th is the Lakers, 8th is the Grizzlies, okay? So that's the playoff standings, I guess, for right now. It is an 82-game season. It is still really the real beginning of the season. The season doesn't really start until after the All-Star game, but these teams look like they're not going anywhere anytime soon. Before we start talking about the East, I have to give nothing but claps and kudos and respects to my co-host, Da Vinci. I understand that I've been doo-dooing on his team for the last 2 years, and you've shown them nothing but respect. So, yet again, I apologize to the Wizards as an organization, a franchise, and the staff and all that stuff, Tupac Flow. But I still think y'all trash. Y'all just doing your thing right now. But I still have to give my co-host Da Vinci his respect, his just due, his flowers, because he said that they are a team that is out here going to perform and put up numbers. So